Well, hello, it's Susan at Seaside Stitches. Welcome so much. A very big welcome to you visiting me at on my channel Seaside Stitches. But I did start looking through the Sewing Institute little workshops or socials. So that's why I found myself booking. I booked for this morning and I booked for next Wednesday. So I've actually been in person to a sewing social, went to the Sewing Institute at Lytham St Anne's, and Lucy and Katie run those sessions, and it's a sewing school, really. It's a sewing studio, and they also have social sessions. So one or the other of them is always around to help out people who are having any issues with anything, and some of them are some of the people who go have been on their dressmaking courses. They're beginners, absolute beginners, they're intermediate, they're just dropped in at certain workshops, and there's a kind of ongoing liveliness about the people who go. And there were two lovely women that I have met one of them before, and they arrived in newly made outfits, very different blouses, very different tops, but they were both in the same fabric, and they were sitting together, and I asked would they mind if I took a photo of them for my channel and just to support Lucy and Katie and just share the joy, really. And they were very good about it. So I asked them did they want to be just snapped as as they were going along, and they were quite happy about that. So I did show them the picture and they were thrilled to bits with it. And also then I got one of them laughing. So so I shared that with them, and people were so, it's just a lovely gentle atmosphere of people who love to sew. So you can't go wrong with that, can you? And I think I don't know, I did a quick intro before. This is the third vlog that I've worn this for in the last couple of weeks. I just love the colour of this, and it elevates my mood, whatever that might be. And so I'd had an email from the estate agents, and I had interpreted it slightly less favourably than they had written it, and it started to live in my head over the last not the last couple of days, the last few hours of yesterday, and then overnight when I thought about it again, and then this morning, and it starts to brew into something else that you're going to respond to rather than the actual email they sent you. And I've been really grateful this afternoon, because I rang my daughter-in-law and we had a little knockabout of how best I may interpret that and how best I may respond to it, rather than the rah that I was going to do after a difficult night of trying to adjust myself to it. So it is no longer living in my head. I've now shared the living in my head part of it with you. I don't need to share what the details were. It wasn't a dreadful email. It was just not, I thought it could have been done in a wiser fashion. Okay, so let me explain. I've been to the sewing social. I've got it down now to 3 bags. I'm so pleased. And I've also now, having gone today and had a lovely flavour of everything, and Lucy and Katie, so nice, and we just had a lovely interaction, and she was talking to this other lady about the overlocker course that is on tomorrow. And I went, what? So in the morning I am doing Saturday sews with Alison at Sew Like Dottie's Sew Virtual, and in the afternoon I am doing an overlocker course. It's not exactly advanced, but it's the one just above absolute basics. So sewing garments with your overlocker and learning different techniques. I've made friends with my overlocker that I bought in a panic last year, but it's not quite made friends with me yet. So I thought we could get together tomorrow afternoon and really kind of have a look at what she can teach me, what my overlocker can teach me, and what I can teach it about how good I'm going to be with it. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Today, someone at the Sewing Institute today said something about, I'm always, what did she say? I can't remember what that was, she said. I'm always forgetting something. And someone else said something about, Why do I always do these things wrong? And Ruth, she's called, she just said, it's because our brains are so full. Our brains are really full. And she said, I'm going to apply for a storage update. And I just loved that. So we were talking then about putting in a subscription for storage update for our own computers in our heads. And it was quite comical at the time. You had to be there. So we don't need to go into that. So, okay, so this is the 23rd. It's Thursday the 23rd of October. And these are the things on my sewing table. Some of the things are because I came back from a sewing social yesterday. I did a sew virtual sewing social here yesterday, which is why my laptop is out. That is in a bag that I made for it, inspired heavily by Annie Patterns. At the back of that there is a Peacekeeper that I take my projects in when I go to the sewing socials. I've got this lovely little vac, battery powered vacuum cleaner that just picks all the mucky bits out of my trap just underneath my overlocker. Anyway, just inside the workings, but not, do you know what I mean? Anyway, that's fine. That's going to be moved in a minute. This is my project for the upcycle. So upcycle 25. So that has been put together. I've got to finish off. I've got to try it on. I've got to finish that, and then I have to take some fabric off another piece of dress to lengthen the sleeves a little bit. So that's that. One of the jobs I'm doing today. This is my beautiful orage dress, and yesterday in the Sew Virtual I was just tacking up the hem on its first turn because it's very slippy, and now I can go and press over the next turn, and then I can sew that later today, hopefully on the with a twin needle. So then that, oh no, I was going to say that would be finished, but the sleeves need doing as well. So that is the major part of the thing I want to do today. I'm also working on this red cotton stretch twill fabric. I'm making an encore skirt, and I've left the pockets out to see if that prevents this funny bulge that you get in the middle, but I'm not sure that it will. So maybe it's not drafted for me, and maybe I shouldn't just rely on pattern companies, and maybe I should just do my own panel skirt like I used to do years and years ago. Anyway, that's something else to think about. I am twirling this Maison Fauve pattern on this bubble show viscose that I had made into it was a ruched skirt that I made for one of the Sew Frugals that I never wore and decided to pull apart. So it's got some pulls in it and everything, so I'm making it up just to get the right fit. If it's any good, I should just wear it casually, you know what I mean, where it won't be going out in the world with the pulled seams on it, pulled threads on it. Anyway, that's that. So I've got all the other pieces repressed downstairs because that's been in this box, kind of screwed up since June or July, and that's just my fabric that's left from cutting out the skirt. I have got the waistband to cut out of that afterwards, but I'm not rushing with that. And yesterday I finished this toaster sweater, so I brought that back from my social at Lytham, the Sewing Institute. That's back to front, but it doesn't really matter to you, does it? So that is complete now. I just need to press that and then hang it in the wardrobe because that's a completed item. I may put it on Instagram. I've not been using that much lately. So that's that. In the background there is I took that to an overlocker workshop that I did at the Sewing Institute, and I really enjoyed that. I don't need to go into that anymore, except that I just quickly found that quite stretchy material, or so I thought. I'd had it in my stash for years and years, the band didn't go around my head, so I've made a new band. Well, it's not a band, it's a roll neck, but there's no, I've tacked it onto it, but there is no, there's no recovery. Now I've tried it on, folded over my head, but it just flip-flops about. It's got no recovery, so I'm going to think of another solution for that. But that was a really helpful exercise during that workshop. And then over here, whoops, don't want that to fall on the floor. Over here I have what was going to be the So Phoenix thing, the Davenport dress. So I've got the skirt on there, which I am going to attach to the bodice of the Meet You There top, Meet You There dress and top. And so I want to finish that today. Well, I want to get the bodice and the skirt together and make an assessment about whether I'm going to follow that up or not. Thanks for being with me. Thank you. I hope you're doing lots of sewing. I hope you're keeping well. I hope the world is treating you well. Bye for now. Susan.